And everyone can find their own version of reality and the impact on the world. So we need to keep choosing with wisdom and this beautiful world of tranquility. You know, if we do believe in the virus, we will be struggling to keep our families and communities safe. If we don't believe in the virus, we will be struggling to exist in a world where everyone else believes it and to maintain our families and loved ones in a vibration. If we believe there is a global takeover, we will be struggling to manage our fear around this. If we are concerned trying to support and interrupt what is going on, to ask people to consider their truth, this often uncovers shock. If we are looking at changing the narrative, we are also looking at experiencing often the fracturing of many of our closest relationships. Fear, vaccines, COVID, Brexit, Donald Trump, the elections are fracturing and pulling families and communities apart, which is why I say we need to focus on our commonalities. We're all set in different places, and there's a huge divisiveness that is going on, which means that the planet keeps the control of fear. Divisiveness is an agent of fear. So I'm coming back to this Sunday sanctuary, in the sea of tranquility, in the sea of peace, in the sea of steadiness, in the sea of steadfastness. How can we support each other, and how can you take care of your precious self? You know, our biology as human beings is that we are wired for connection. We are wired into tribal connection, and separation is the old dream, this old divisive conquer, put families against families, war against war, countries against country, relationship against relationship. It is not the new way. We have to find harmony. And we're not going to, take a breath, we're not going to get this right all the time. We have to love and forgive and accept ourselves where we are. We are transmuting and transforming and becoming. We are not the whole picture. So don't have an expectation of you to be walking light. You're not. You're going to have moments where you're afraid, moments where you're angry, moments where you're upset. But then we come back to our interconnection of coming away from anything within our mental constructs, our emotional body, our physicality that represents separation. For sure, we are in the deepest transformation. And we've heard, you know, before we've talked about, you know, our steadiness makes us trustworthy. And trustworthy is a deep ally for these times. It's such a depth to be able to be trustworthy for another. I want you to consider that in all your relationships. Are you safe? Are you trustworthy? Because the micro macro is on right now. Dial up, switch on, it's on right now. Are you trustworthy? Are you steadfast? So how do we hold strong and come together and be careful not to re-trigger and not to activate, to stir up in our own homes, in our own households? If we're fighting, screaming, hurting, harming, that goes into the field and it can be looked at the greater divide. If it's our responsibility to become as whole and as intact as we possibly can, because it matters. This is the creation of new matter, new madre, new earth. It matters.